Hey guys, it's Kenzy, and this week on 7th Vogue we're doing weird things that we did as children. The one thing I used to do when I was little is for the longest time, thought the word blood was glebe. Like, I would call it glebe. And, like, I'd start bleeding, and I'd be like, oh my god, Mom, I'm glebing, I'm glebing, I'm glebing. And they were like, you're what? But they, like, kept it going because they thought it was funny. So I thought that it was actually called glebe up until, like, 2nd grade. Yeah, that was not good. Another weird thing that I did, I had a whole other separate family. Like, you know, some kids have imaginary friends when they're little. I had a whole entire other imaginary family. And I would call my mom and dad Mama and Daddy. But when I was talking about my other family, the imaginary one, I would refer to them as Mom and Dad. So my mom and dad, my actual mom and dad would have to like pay attention to what form of the word I was using to know who I was talking about. And my imaginary family had another daughter, so like I guess my sister named Allison. And I was so convinced that she was an actual real person that one day I was like, no, she's actually real, and I made my parents get in the car and drive me to her house. Now, I had no idea where I was going because obviously she was imaginary, but I told my parents, like, go down this street, go down here, and she lives in an open field. And so we got to a house that was sort of in an open field. I got us there, don't know how, and my parents went and knocked on the door, and this man answered. It was the dad. And they were like, do you happen to have a daughter named Allison? And like they explained the story. He was like, this is gonna be really weird, but my daughter actually, like, her name isn't actually Allison, but she goes by her middle name, which is Allison. And she's at her grandma's house right now, but that's really weird. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I was kind of like a sidekick child. I don't know. Another thing I used to do that was really weird is I was obsessed with the movie Fox and the Hound. I would watch that movie like every day as a child, and I knew every single line of that movie word for word, backwards and forwards. It was crazy. So every time we would go on a long road trip, I would tell my mom, like, you're Copper and I'm Todd, and I would like tell her to say Copper's lines and I would have to say Todd's lines, but my mom didn't know the movie, like she didn't know the lines, so I'd end up reciting the whole entire movie all the way there and all the way back, and we went on these trips frequently, so this happened a lot. Another kind of weird thing I did when I was little is when we were in kindergarten and we were learning our alphabet, we each got assigned a letter. And I got the letter A, and we were supposed to dress up as something that started with the letter A. I went as Miss Achoo, like sneezing, like achoo. What? Like most kids would go as something normal, like an apple, or an anteater, or some kind of animal or something. I don't know, but I went as Miss Achoo. I have a picture. You see that? Yeah. Oh man. I think it's just because I've always had really bad allergies, so I sneezed a lot, and I was like, I'm gonna go as Miss Achoo, because why not? Another thing I did was when there are two, like an entrance to a hallway, and there's like this side and this side, I would climb up, and I pretty much lived up there, and would like scare people that came out of the bathroom, and I'd like be up there, and I'd be like, boo! Like, I pretty much lived up there. There's plenty of pictures of this. This is just the first one I saw, so you see. Yeah. Another thing I did when I was little is, like, when I was watching TV, I would sit on the ground in the splits, like, completely laid over to my side. Or when I was playing board games with people, that's how I would lay while I was playing the game. And here's a picture of me playing a game. Do you see me in the splits laying down? Like, what even? Is that even comfortable? No, I don't know. Nowadays, I don't prefer being in pictures, like, in front of the camera. But when I was little, I would strut and like pose differently for so many pictures. Like, I thought I was some sort of little model or something, I guess. I don't know. But I wore some pretty weird clothing. I don't know if clogs and long skirts were a thing, but I really loved them. Also, I had this really weird hat. Do you see this? Like, what was I even doing in that picture? That looks really uncomfortable. And then I really, really enjoyed that outfit, I guess. I have so many pictures in that same outfit, and they're not from the same day. And then there's this one. Look at me strut. Work, girl. I got really into them poses. There's so many more. I don't want to bother you with them. When I was little, I would always get like all this hunting gear on, and I would get ready to go hunting, but then my dad wouldn't let me shoot anything. So, but I don't know. But I thought it was so cool dressed up like that. So, I'll take a picture, of course. When I was little, I would always go to my brother's room and play Nintendo with them. But they would give me the broken controller. It'd be multiplayer, and they'd be like, oh, you're Mario in this round. And they'd give me the broken controller, but they'd actually be playing Mario. So I thought I was doing so good, and I was just pushing all these random buttons, and I was like, yes, I am so good. Look at me jump over that hole. I haven't died this whole entire game. But I never knew that they were actually playing for me until I was like a lot older. And it was so depressing, because I just thought I was so great at video games. And I'm not. When I was little, what my siblings did to torture me was pin me down and dangle spit all like across my face. Like it'd be like dangling right there, and it'd get so close to my face, and then they'd slurp it back in. And it was terrifying. And oh my gosh, it was so bad. When I was little, I would always hang out with the kids that were like 2 or 3 years older than me. I never hung out with anyone my age because I thought I was just way too cool for them. So now all of my friends from my childhood are graduated, and it's really depressing because I'm still sitting in high school like with these idiots that I don't even like. It is just frustrating. When I was little, everyone called everyone dude. And so I'm really short, you know, so my nickname for the longest time was Little Dude. When I was little, I thought it was normal. Like, I made up this game that I would play at like family reunions and like at Christmas when we would be with family, and I just like run around smacking people on the butt, like, and laugh and then run off, and then like it turned into a game because they would always try and get me back, and that was so wrong. Why did I do that? But I thought it was completely normal. Like, that was funny. Haha, I just slapped your butt. When I was little, I would torture bugs outside when I was waiting for my mom to pick me up. Me and my friend Laura would flip over roly-polies and like stab them in their stomachs to make them like close up. But sometimes they wouldn't close up, so we'd end up just stabbing all the way through their bodies and they'd die. When I was in 2nd grade, someone at daycare, one of my older friends, told me that the word whore was a bad word, but I didn't know what it actually meant. So the next day at school, we were reading a book, and I was reading a book with a girl because it was like partner thing, and the word horrible showed up in the book, and I was like, and I covered up ibble, and so it just said whore, but it wasn't spelt right. It was just H-O-R, and I was like, haha, that's a bad word. And she went and told the teacher on me, and that teacher thought I was just such an innocent child, and she was just so mad that I even like that word ever came out of my mouth. When I was little, I was obsessed with Kim Possible. I had Kim Possible socks. I had the Kim Possible doll. I had the Kim Possible books. I watched every single episode. I watched it every night before I went to bed. I loved Kim Possible so much, and I made some people call me KP because I have the same initials as her. So I was obsessed. Completely obsessed. Okay guys, so there was probably tons of things I left out. I suddenly drew a blank when I started filming this video. I hope you got a little bit of enjoyment out of it and were able to laugh at some of the stupid things I did when I was little. Leave comments below about weird things you did as a child, or let me know if you did any of the same weird things I did. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Bye.